welcome to Thriving Goddesses. On today's show, we're going to be talking about manifestation, which is my personal favorite topic. And to begin, I think it's important for us to all have an understanding of what manifesting actually is. So Linda has a definition of that.
Yes. So to manifest something is to bring something forth into your physical life experience by using your thoughts, feelings, or beliefs.
Okay, so now that we all know what manifesting is, I think it's really important to actually know that your mind has the power to bring things into your physical existence. And so I want to know with you ladies, what have you been able to bring forth into your life through the power of manifestation? Or what are you currently trying to manifest in your life?
Something that for me, I've been working on manifesting is just becoming a stronger woman, becoming more confident in myself, and becoming more self-reliant. I've recently gone through a lot of big changes in my life, and it's inspired that growth, but also I knew that I had the desire beforehand to make these changes, and it's really interesting to see how I can manifest these things and continue to grow throughout my life. And something else that, of course, we've all manifested is medical school. If you would have asked me 7 to 10 years ago what I would be doing, I don't know if I could have told you that I would be here. It was such a huge step for me to move out of Arkansas and to come to all the way over here to Arizona to start a completely different life and a career.
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah, so let me chime in a little bit after you, Coco. I know what I want to manifest now for myself is a practice of gratitude. I've learned previously, I'm obsessed with manifestation, and I'm always looking for motivation and something to, grow within myself and find different ways to help that. And I've learned through discipline the power of manifestation. So to me, manifestation isn't, or holds no value if you don't have a practice behind it, or something that you can consistently do every single day in order to make that thing happen. So for me personally right now, I want to live a grateful life, and I want to be able to shift my perspective and be more positive and have a positive outlook. And I've always said that, but I've never backed that up with actual practice of gratitude every single day. So that is what I'm currently manifesting for myself.
That is beautiful.
Really awesome. Yeah. Gratitude is the attitude that actually makes things happen.
Right. Right. And, we know this. So it's just now for me personally, it's just like having that practice, or it's something that I can do every day. So I've been journaling. It's only one page, or I could even write one word, but it's just my, my gratitude practice.
Yes. Yeah. I think for me, something big that you all kind of know for me that I'm trying to manifest would be I have boards coming up. So for those who may not know, I'm taking the one, which is the test where you get, tested on all the previous last 2 years of being in medical school. So all basic sciences. So pretty much, just because it's a huge exam, I've been trying to prepare myself mentally, physically, just to make sure that I'm in the right headspace to be able to put in the time, to prepare to do well. But for me, it's been more so about just verbally speaking it out. It's just something about, just literally hearing yourself and saying it, and then your mind's okay, So actually one of the doctors that are at school ended up kind of sharing just what she used to be able to what she used and what she would actually say up until she had took boards for a good month, while she was studying. And so I kind of rearranged it, changed it, made my own, implementing my own personal faith, my own personal beliefs, and literally saying I'm going to pass NCLEX, I'm going to pass boards, I'm going to put in the time so that way I don't feel like, overwhelmed towards the end, all the different concepts I'm going to be able to understand, just, like little things. So that way I'm putting myself in the mindset of, that this is going to happen. So yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's really awesome, Celinda, because I think that there is power in your words. And so, like, people say this all the time, but yes, you need to speak it into existence, right? And so that's part of manifesting, is speaking it into your physical, like, existence. And I know that for me, I think that, like, right now, I'm in the process of trying to manifest something for myself. And I thought it was really important to make sure that I write it down and make it plain, and just so that I can see it and then be able to speak it and know, okay, this is where my focus and my energy in terms of what I'm trying to bring into my life actually is. And for me, that is currently two things. So, making sure that I'm working on my personal growth in terms of my, like, self-love and self-worth and my self-value, um, so that I can be prepared to be a better wife for whoever my future husband is, right? And so those kinds of self-development things. But the other aspect of it for me is that I just have this feeling that my husband is going to come when I expand my business, I expand my career, I expand the circles that I'm involved in. And so then my other focus has been partially to just fulfill my, what I feel like my God-given purpose is. And so bringing into fruition, like, success, bringing into fruition new circles, bringing into fruition being able to network with people who are going to help me to be successful and to bring in multiple streams of income. And so I'm really manifesting just, like, the career and the life that I want for myself. And I'm manifesting, like, impacting other people's lives with the things that I feel like God has put in me to share, in terms of healing. And hopefully by doing that, I'll also be able to manifest the love of my life.
I think that's beautiful, Ikira, that you are working towards these things daily. And I think that in our culture it's so common to, like, just work, 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 work. And I think personally for me, an important part of the manifestation process is rest as well. There's a delicate balance for me that's been existing in my process, in which I work every day towards my goals, both emotional and mental and spiritual, and also those goals that which we consider financial and career based. But also during the day, I make sure that I'm resting and that I'm not overworking myself. I think that's such an important part of the process.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that it's important to, like, to know that part of manifesting isn't to, like, overthink it. It's just to, like, make your space aware that that's something that you want, and then to release it, energetically, for it to come back to you.
Absolutely, and that's so right. And the one of the most important parts of manifesting anything is creating the space for whatever it is that you want in your life, whether that be that new partner, that new job, that extra money. Make room for that and believe that that space can be filled with whatever it is that you want there.
Yeah.
And even going on with saying you making space, there's like a process too, I feel, of like clearing like negative, things that's allowing you, maybe that's a blockage or something that's not allowing that manifestation to move forward. So yeah, I think that's also another part of the process too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's important to know that, this isn't magic. This isn't like some crazy I don't know, like I'm not, when I think about manifestation, I do see like sparkles and waterfalls and, like beautiful euphoria.
Yeah.
When in reality, it's understanding what makes you happy and what you truly want in that moment. And that in itself is power enough for you to build that. For me, I learned through manifesting over and over. And in the beginning, I didn't even think I was manifesting it. I would just say things like, one day I'm going to do this. And then without realizing it, just because it's something that I wanted to do and I kept doing it because I wanted to do it. And then one day it became a thing,
Yes.
And then, it's just believing in yourself that whatever it is that you want to do and working towards that goal and not working in some like crazy do it right now every single day, every time you wake up 24/7. It's just whatever it is that you really want for yourself, you're gonna do the perfect amount of work for it, and you're gonna rest the equal amount of rest, and it will happen.
Can I ask you guys another question?
Mhm.
So I know that when I'm manifesting, like as soon as I do like my little like manifestation like meditation, as soon as I do it, like I'll start to see signs that the universe heard me, that God heard me, and that like there's something happening and it's coming. Like I can see it, right? So
Yeah.
have you guys experienced that? And if so, can you guys give an example?
Yes. This is so weird. But sometimes I see this number that comes up where something significant in my life is about to happen. There's this one number that's really significant to me. It's very special to me. That number shows up a lot when I know that like God's working in my life. Absolutely.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
It's the double numbers for sure. Like actually this morning when I was running, and it's so funny because back in the day I hated running, and then I had to start running when I was on prep, as you guys know. So that was kind of a manifestation point for me too, because I would tell myself like, okay, if this is something that's going to benefit me, then I'm going to do it every day, and at the end maybe I'll love it. And today I'm listening to my book and I'm running and I'm like, one day I want to run a big race. Like one day I want to do something like that, like the 50 miler or, a 100-mile race. Like, what if that's something that I could do? And as I was saying that, I looked at my phone and yes, I got an email, but it was a signal because as soon as the email came through, it was 11:11. And it was literally right as soon as I felt that it was like this intent that I wanted, push myself to do something like an ultra marathon one day. And then I saw the 11:11, so I was like, all right, all that means right now is just keep running right now, and then later maybe that'll happen. But you saw 11:11, so this is a good sign.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that just happened this morning.
What about you, Celinda?
For me, so mine, I think, comes from a place of just feeling like a sense of peace, like about whatever it is that like I can see myself doing or that I want happening. It's just like this sense of like yes and peaceness. I don't know how else to really describe it, but that's kind of like what I usually feel. I'm trying to think of a really good example. I mean, this is not the best example, but I mean, you guys know that I potentially will be like moving, and so I was just very in my head about like like moving and stuff like that, and trying to figure out which specific place I wanted. And so I was just kind of like, God, or just like whichever one's supposed to happen. I know I'm supposed to move, so whichever one's supposed to happen, like it's gonna happen. And so then the one that I thought I potentially wanted, the place I wanted, ended up getting renovated out or taken. So then now I have this other place that's available, and so I just have this feeling of like peace of like this is where it's supposed to be. So I don't know if that's like a good example, but for me, yeah, it's more just this having this sense of like yesness and peaceness that yes, this is what you should be doing or it's gonna happen.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting that like the vision of that manifestation, or the actual manifesting of it, can confirm itself to us in so many different ways. And so for me, I said that one of the things that I was trying to manifest is just increasing my circle and the different types of people that I'm able to have access to. And so even so, let's say I'm manifesting and I'm like, okay, this is what I want. I'll get up from that and then go about my day, and then I'll see that on my Instagram, all the people who are in the field that I'm interested in will start following me, and I'm like, okay. And then I'll the other day I went to Sprint because my phone keeps breaking, and I had to order a phone, and then even when I got that phone, the next day I had to go back because I was like, it's broken again. And so now this is my second phone that I'm ordering that I still haven't gotten. But in that time, I was standing in front of one of the retailers, and he was basically like, yeah, I do this type of investing, I do real estate, I do this, and I have a nonprofit to teach people how to do it. And I was like this is the effect of my manifestation. I've been trying to bring this to me, and here it finally is. And so stuff like that happens to me all the time, and I'm like, yes. I even remember one time trying to manifest for Thriving Goddesses that we would get on Steve Harvey's show, the Ellen show, the Real, even Red Table Talk or something like that. And
Right.
the next day, after I was like, this is gonna happen for us, this is gonna happen for us, we got a message from Steve Harvey in our inbox, but it wasn't the real Steve Harvey, it was a fake Steve Harvey. But I was so excited when I saw it because I didn't know at first. I was like, oh my God, you guys, Steve Harvey's trying to talk to us.
Manifestation is so powerful.
And I thought it had actually worked, but obviously I think it's just a sign. It was just a sign letting me know that what I was trying to manifest, the universe heard it, and that hopefully one day it'll be true and we'll be on that show,
I really feel like we all have. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying we need the real Steve Harvey.
Yeah. Steve Harvey, please hit us up.
But what I was gonna say, it's we all have this calling, and if you really sit with yourself and have that intention, and it's calling you, you're calling it, and it's calling you, and then everything kind of just feels right. Like Celinda was saying, you literally feel it sometimes. You're like, I know all of that went wrong, and you were upset, and it was like a whirlwind. But none of it was right. And then all of a sudden you're in this space and you're like, wait, this is the one. This is my new place. This is where I'm gonna live. Even when we were taking boards, like you were saying, Celinda, same thing. I had my mantra and I was saying it every day. I'm really big about affirmations. I write them everywhere. So when I sat down where I was supposed to, it just felt right. I moved to that seat and I sat down and I was like, I'm gonna pass, because it just feels like it's right. So we would love to know what you guys are manifesting, what you've experienced after manifesting, what signs you've noticed from the universe. So please share with us, comment, subscribe to our channel, get your friends involved, and let us know what you think. Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.